Welcome to AARP, Arizona Hispanic Connection. Educate. Celebrate. Connect. Arizona Hispanic Connection.
Welcome to Arizona Barrio Stories, Latino USA TV. We are here to meet your needs. We're here to share your stories. You have a story, and we want to be able to share it. Occasionally, we will offer information that is educational. We might talk about traditions or cultura. Today, we have David Para Luna with Arizona AARP, his Arizona Hispanic Connection. He always has those nuggets, and he's going to bring us some more nuggets today. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Irma. My pleasure. We're addressing very important topics, and today will not be the exception.
Salud, dinero y amor. And like you said, when we have that peace within us, when we're making good decisions, whether it be retirement or you talk about pensions and Social Security, it always puts us at ease, knowing that you have these special topics.
Definitely. You know Yoli Aleman Rodriguez?
Yeah, we had her.
I want to say thank you to her because she's been liking my post on LinkedIn. And that's very meaningful because I know she handles all these topics or some of these topics, and that was meaningful to me. So I just want to say thank you to Jolie in this show. Irma, let's continue addressing Social Security. This is going to be the second show. We are addressing sources of income in retirement. We already covered pensions on past shows. Now we're in Social Security. And on the first show, we talk about how it is financed and how we become eligible for Social Security. Before we go on to the review of benefits, in this particular program, we're going to cover the retirement benefit because I mentioned that there are 5 benefits on Social Security, and today we'll cover the first one, retirement benefits. But before we move on to that topic, and I'm glad that you talked to me about an email that you got from Social Security telling you that your statement was ready. Well, let me address that. That's very important. In the past, Social Security used to send statements telling people, the years that you worked and the earnings for the year that you made and how much money you could expect to receive at the different ages that you could, apply for benefits. Very important to know that Social Security, you could almost say, is no longer sending those statements on paper, except when you turn 60 and on, they probably will send them to you. But what we are strongly encouraging people to do is to create an account at the Social Security website, socialsecurity.gov, and you just go in and find the place where it says create my account. And that way you can monitor your benefits just like the printed copy and without having to wait for that printed copy, because this is good for several reasons. One is just to know how many benefits or how much benefits you can expect to receive. And second, if there's a discrepancy of 1 year where you don't show anything or you show less money or more, you have chance to correct it. So that's very important. And I applaud you that you already have your account.
Well, I was advised when I retired that I should do this. I know we're a little bit off topic, but I think it's beneficial that people keep track of those years, and like you said.
Yeah. Let's review the retirement benefits because a lot of people don't realize that you could potentially say that there are 3 times where you can retire. And we are going to name them as retiring at full retirement age, early retirement, and delay retirement. These are 3 important concepts. So let's kind of tackle the first one, which is the easiest. What is the easiest? And why is it the easiest? Because if you wait until your full retirement age, you are going to get your full benefit, whatever that happens to be. And I believe I said it in the past that Social Security will take into account your 35 most productive years to calculate your benefit. If you work less than 35, then that little box of those 35 will be 0. So that'll only bring down the average, if you will. If you work more than 35, it'll just take the 35 most productive years. Well, that they're going to calculate your benefit at full retirement age, right? And if you apply for benefits at your full retirement age, whatever that might be, then you get 100% of your benefit. Pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Very straightforward.
Yeah. Now, when it gets a little tricky is when people apply for benefits before the full retirement age, and you cannot do it before 62. At 62 is the earliest age in which you can apply for Social Security, but be mindful, they will be reduced, right? And the amount that they will take into consideration is your PIA, your primary insurance amount at your full retirement age. So this is the amount that you accumulated, right? So according to that, they'll reduce it depending on how early you apply for benefits. You apply at 62, they will apply a reduction. 63, a little less reduction. 64, a little less reduction until the reduction is gone, and then you get your full benefit at full retirement age. So this is very, very important in terms of the age in which you can do retirement, early retirement. Very important. Now, here's extremely important information. Let's say somebody wants to retire early and they want to continue to work. This happens a lot. What's going to happen? Social Security establishes an amount that you can make earnings, right, without any problem. In 2024, that amount is $22,320. So you're working and you're receiving benefits. As long as you don't pass that threshold, you have no problem. If you pass that threshold, right, then Social Security is going to deduct $1 for every 2 that you exceed that amount. Let's say you go over $5,000, they'll deduct $2,500. Let's say you go over $10,000, which is fairly easy to do, then they'll deduct $5,000. So sometimes, in some cases, it could be counterproductive to get early retirement if you're going to continue to work and then exceed the threshold and get the Social Security benefit reduction.
It's good to be aware.
Very, very important. Very important. Now, this particular rule about continuing to work, another point is very important. During the year that the person reaches full retirement age, the reduction is no longer 1 out of every 2 that you go over, but it becomes 1 of every 3 that you go over. So it'll be less because you're reaching or getting closer to reaching full retirement age. So the reduction is no longer 1 out of every 2 that you go over, but 1 out of every 3. And guess what? The amount that you can make without getting into any problems is $59,520. This is in the year that you turn or reach your full retirement age. Very important to understand, right? So these amounts will change. Every year these amounts change. So people need to understand, and this is very important to know, because you have to have strategies. And I'm going to use one show, probably the last show on Social Security, to talk about strategies to get the most out of Social Security, which I'm kind of addressing already, right? And guess what? During the month when you reach the full retirement age, the rule disappears. Now, if you want to continue to work, you can work as much as you can, and there will be no reduction. How does this sound to you?
Sounds good. I just hope that people are jotting this down because they may be in that boat and they don't want to be penalized or have that affect their...
Yeah, I get phone calls. As you know, I've said this many times that I get a lot of calls. My number, appears on the video, and I get a lot of calls. And most of in many instances, the persons who are calling me says, you know what, I'm going to have to just get a part-time because I don't want to go over these numbers because it'll be counterproductive to get my Social Security benefit. Then I exceed these limits and then they take away my Social Security benefit. It doesn't make sense to do that. So that's why they either try to look for a part-time job or ask the employer if they can reduce the amount of hours, but they have to be very careful. And another thing that I strongly recommend is that folks who plan to go to keep working, it's better that they let Social Security know ahead of time. In other words, when they apply for benefits, actually they will ask them. They will ask them, do you plan to work? And it would be a good time to say, yes, I plan to work. And how much money do you think you're going to make, right? So that way, if they're going to go over, the deductions are already taking place, check after check after check. And they don't have to get, later on a bigger amount where they're going to be more of an impact, right? Because Social Security will get their money somehow. And that probably will happen until that person declares or files taxes. Don't wait for that. Let them know. I think it's better that way. If there's any reduction, you can get it on right then and there and not have to wait.
One thing I've said on other shows: if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yes.
So I'm glad these little tidbits are being shown.
And Irma, the amount at the year or on the year that you turn your full retirement age is fairly good. $59,000. I mean, close to $60,000. That it's not like a great salary, but it's a good salary. And most people, if they are not going to reach that during their full retirement year, there's nothing to worry about it if they're not going to exceed that amount. The last thing I want to mention is that there's something called delay retirement. And this is, I have to venture to think that not everyone has the luxury of delaying their retirement. What is this? So this simply means that at your full retirement age, you are not in a hurry, you don't need the money, and you want to get more money because obviously the more you wait, the more money you get. And the key point here about delayed retirement is that it'll be counted starting at your full retirement age, not early retirement, at your full retirement age, and all the way up to age 70. If you delay your retirement until 70, you will get 8% additional, right? Additional on top of what you were getting at full retirement age for every year that you delay. So there you have it. That's called the delay retirement. Hopefully some will manage to do it. I venture to think that most people are going to need it to kind of make their full retirement budget, complete. But anyhow, there you have it. That's the retirement benefit.
I'm hoping, like I said, you have paper and pencil because you need to know this so you're not caught in a situation where you can't afford. And we know the economy has changed, so it's affecting everybody.
Yes.
David, I want to thank you for being a part of this show today. You always have fascinating topics, and I'm hoping somebody out there can benefit. And your name is always on our bottom of our screen with your phone number. And I know people can reach out to you day or night.
That's it, 24/7.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irma.
Until the next time.
Definitely.
This is Irma from Arizona Barrio Radio, Arizona Barrio Stories, and Latino USA TV. Don't forget to download the app on Google Play or your Apple Store. We want you in tune and always connecting with us. Thank you for being a part of this platform. As always, we will see you soon.